Head Hog is brought to you by Petty Jean Meats, the official ham and bacon partner of the Razorbacks. With Petty Jean Meats, you can taste the difference. To order online, visit pjmeats.com. Coach, you're nice to join us. I know it's a tough day today, and we'll just begin first with just your overall assessment of the afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Chuck, we got to get a lot better. We got a lot of things to work on. Clearly, we have not been good the last two games. We got to identify our problems, and work on them.
Moody gives you 28 today. At times, it seemed like, though, that he was the one guy out there that you could rely on.
Yeah, I thought Moses played well. I mean, he was aggressive. He did a good job coming off some screens on some of our set plays. We were much better running set plays than we were in our transition game today. But we just got to get back to teaching some of the things that we've taught. Obviously, this group is struggling much more than last year's group on defending the three and scoring the ball. And so we've got to just continue to address them and try to get better.
I know the turnovers frustrate you, and I wonder if is that kind of what's keeping you from getting a lot of the things done in the half court that you'd like to do? Because it kind of looked like today some of the turnovers might have even been what you might call unforced, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I mean, we just haven't had our point guard play. The last two games. I mean, we can't have 6 turnovers and but this is our team, and we've got to continue to work but certainly, direction wise as a point guard, we've got to get better.
I know when you're struggling, it's hard to find a silver lining, but I do look at some of the ball games in the offing now, in the immediate offing. You've got some winnable games. You played 4 of 6 on the road. You knew it was going to be a tough stretch, and there's still an awful lot left to do, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I think just like I said, Chuck, we just got to continue to try to work and teach and see if we can get better.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. Eric Musselman joining us.
All right, we have to get started with immediate. Bob, start us off, please.
Yeah, Eric, was this more disappointing than LSU just because, you'd like to see your team respond there to a tough loss, or just kind of feel like you were watching a replay, or just how'd you feel about kind of the two games comparing them?
Yeah, I mean, I think both of them, clearly we've got to get a lot better in a lot of different areas. We got a lot of work ahead of us between now and our next game and between now and the end of the season. And then we got a lot of work ahead of us when the season's up as well. We just got to continue to try to get these guys believing in themselves as best we can.
When did you make the decision to start Justin? And he obviously was kind of rusty, but how did you think he played?
Yeah, I mean, I thought he kind of played like we expected he would. I mean, we wanted to play him between 15 and 20 minutes coming into the game. He played 18. Obviously, because of the limited amount of time between games, we weren't going to really have any time where he could go live. But I thought it was good to have him back. I thought he did a good job of moving the basketball and trying to play the right way.
And Jalen Tate, he's obviously been pretty good throughout his career, assist to turnover ratio. What do you think's happened to him the last couple of games with the turnovers?
Yeah, I mean, some of them tonight, there's some guys on our stat sheet that have 0 turnovers and guys drop passes and stuff. So, I already know without going back through the film that two of those turnovers are not his. But it's really when he's not on the floor, not having a point guard's really been the biggest issue. Both issues, but that's really been an issue.
Yeah, I got a couple more, but I'll turn it back to Mike. Thanks.
Andrew.
Yeah, Coach Moses, you talked about it a little bit with Chuck, but he had 28 points tonight. Do you think he's maybe asserted himself kind of as your go-to scorer that you weren't sure who that would be earlier in the season?
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt at all. Yep.
Curtis.
Hey, coach, back-to-back games, opponents have put together some pretty big first half runs on you, and you've called several timeouts, but how important is it to have that on-floor leadership to kind of calm the guys down and rally the troops a little bit? And you're concerned that that may be something that's missing?
Yeah, I'm overly, I mean, I've, gone back-to-back games where I didn't have enough timeouts and you can go back whether it was, prior to me coming to Arkansas or last year. I mean, I usually like guys to kind of play through the flow and we have some quick hitters that we like to do when another team goes on a run, but certainly a leadership on the floor, is something that's very, very concerning.
Nate.
Yeah, Eric, you did the hard practice before this game. What do you do now before the next one? Do you go back to hard work, or do you try and give them some time off? Kind of what do you do?
Yeah, I think that's a great question, and I'll get with the staff on the plane. Not really sure. I mean, again, I mean, all the drills that we've done on defending the three, we've done those drills. Obviously, my message or my coaching is not getting through on defending the three ball because we saw, last year us leading the nation in it. And a lot of that is we have a lot of guys that are reluctant to guard the 3-point line because they're worried about getting blown by off the dribble because of lack of lateral quickness. So, a lot of areas that, like I said, we've got to get better at and improve on.
Thanks.
Scotty.
Hey, Coach, what has got to happen for you guys to operate, more efficiently on the offensive end moving forward?
Well, I stated, first of all, we got to have good point guard play. Most of our scoring tonight was in half court sets. We have become a team that's better executing half court plays and playing out of the flow. Last year, our team was great playing out of the flow. Poor decision and poor shot selection makes that near impossible right now to play out of the flow. So, like I've stated, I guess there's a lot of things we've got to continue to teach and work on.
Dudley.
Obviously, you got JD back from the shoulder injury, but was he still a little limited, or how was he going into the game?
No, he was fully cleared. He was fine. He's got to take better care of the ball. He's got to follow his defensive assignments. He's got to play a lot better.
Trey Biddy.
Yeah, Coach, I think, when you're talking about on-court leadership, I think a lot of us think of Desi, and he had, scored double figures in 5 games in a row, but these last 5, he's kind of been in a little bit of a slump. And I was wondering what you attribute that to, and does that make it difficult for him to lead on the court when he's been on a little bit of a slump?
Yeah, I mean, we went through it last year, where really hot streaks and then some slumps and he's definitely struggling right now. Our missed layups at the rim is very concerning as well.
Tom Murphy.
Eric, what are you seeing from your team in terms of body language, locker room leadership, and that kind of stuff that you want to see in games like this?
Yeah, I mean, I think surprisingly, I think those guys are trying. So I mean, I don't know what else I can say other than we've got to get back to work and try to continue to teach and try to continue to improve.
Trey Shapp.
Coach, are you concerned that your team might have lost some confidence? And if they have, how do you get that back?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I mean, I don't think there's any doubt when you're losing like we are that we definitely have some players that have lost some confidence and probably the team as a whole. So you just, I mean, like the only thing I know is continue to teach, try to build them up. I mean, I think that's the only thing you can do.
Randy,
Coach, you talked about on the way home from LSU, you went back in your mind, wrote down some things from your mentors. What do you think your mentors would say to you now?
I really haven't thought about it.
Bob, final question, Bob.
Eric, I know you said you were disappointed in the effort the other night. I know this is a disappointing loss, but did you think the effort was better?
Well, I certainly think, Bob, that our execution defensively was not very good at all. As far as the game plan and taking away the threes and then trying to take away layups. So we've got to continue to try to get the message. I thought, anytime you lose by that margin, you're going to be concerned.
Okay, Coach, thank you for your time. We'll now bring in Moses.